The Haunting in the Locker Room. I had always heard rumors about strange happenings in the old locker room at our high school, but I never believed them until I experienced it firsthand. It was late in the evening, and I had forgotten my textbooks in my gym locker. Alone in the dimly lit corridor, I felt an eerie chill in the air. As I approached my locker, I heard faint whispers, like the echoes of long-forgotten conversations. I dismissed it as my imagination, but then I saw it, a shadowy figure lurking in the corner of the room. My heart raced as I tried to make sense of what I was seeing. The figure slowly approached, its footsteps echoing ominously. It was a young girl, her eyes vacant and her school uniform torn and tattered. I attempted to speak to her, but she remained silent, her gaze fixed on me with an unsettling intensity. Panic set in as I realized I was face to face with a restless spirit. The temperature plummeted, and the locker doors began to slam shut on their own. The ghostly girl's whispers grew louder, and I could finally make out the words, pleas for help, cries for release from the eternal torment that bound her to this place. With trembling hands, I fumbled for my phone and dialed 911. As I spoke to the operator, the room grew darker, and the girl's figure slowly faded away. When the police arrived, there was no sign of her, but the terror of that encounter would stay with me forever. The Cursed Yearbook. The yearbook, a cherished memento of our high school years. But our senior yearbook held a dark secret that would haunt us all. It started innocently enough, with strange symbols appearing in the background of our class photos, symbols none of us recognized. As we delved deeper into the mystery, we discovered that the symbols were linked to a local legend, a curse that had plagued our town for generations. The curse foretold a series of misfortunes that would befall those who crossed its path. Sure enough, the misfortunes began. Students who had their photos taken in certain locations in the yearbook started experiencing strange accidents and unexplained illnesses. Fear spread like wildfire, and we realized that we had to break the curse before it claimed more victims. We conducted a seance in the school's abandoned auditorium, hoping to communicate with the spirits that had cursed us. The room grew icy cold, and the air seemed to vibrate with malevolent energy. Whispers filled the air, and the ghosts of those who had suffered because of the curse appeared before us. They revealed the origin of the curse, a vengeful spirit seeking retribution for a grave injustice committed against them. We pleaded for mercy and promised to right the wrongs of the past. With a final chilling gust of wind, the spirits dissipated, leaving us with the hope that we had appeased them. The cursed yearbook was sealed away, a reminder that sometimes even the most innocent of objects can hold the darkest of secrets. The midnight detention high school detention was never fun, but what happened during one fateful detention session would scar me for life. It was a stormy evening, and I was serving my detention in the school's old, decrepit library, a place rumored to be haunted. As the minutes ticked by, I heard faint whispers coming from the dusty, forgotten shelves. I dismissed them as the wind, but then the lights flickered, casting eerie shadows on the walls. I was not alone. A spectral figure appeared before me, a young girl in a tattered school uniform. Her eyes were hollow, and her skin was pallid. She reached out to me, her fingers ice cold, and I could feel a malevolent force emanating from her. In a voice that sent shivers down my spine, she spoke of injustices suffered in life, of torment and anguish that had bound her to this place. She blamed the school for her suffering, and she sought retribution. I tried to flee, but the doors slammed shut, and the room grew frigid. The ghostly girl's presence closed in on me, her whispers growing louder and more desperate. Hours passed, but it felt like an eternity. The school's janitor found me the next morning, huddled in a corner, my mind fractured by the horrors I had witnessed. I never spoke of that night again, but the haunting in the library would forever remind me that some sins could never be forgotten, and some spirits could never find peace. The Unexplained Disappearance High School is a time of excitement and camaraderie, but for our group of friends, it became a nightmare we could never forget. It was a warm summer evening, and we decided to explore the old abandoned school building rumored to be haunted. As we ventured deeper into the decaying halls, a sense of unease settled over us. The air grew heavy, and shadows danced in the corners of our vision. That's when we heard it, the faint, echoing laughter of a child. We followed the sound to a long-forgotten classroom, its door slightly ajar. Inside, we found an old, dusty chalkboard covered in cryptic symbols and drawings. But the most disturbing discovery was the journal, a diary from a student who had attended the school decades ago. The entries told a chilling tale of a malevolent spirit that had tormented the school for years. The spirit sought revenge for a terrible injustice committed against it, and it had already claimed the lives of several students. As we read, the laughter grew louder, and the room seemed to come alive with a dark energy. Panic set in as we realized we were not alone. The door slammed shut, and the laughter transformed into anguished cries. We attempted to escape, but the halls had shifted and changed, trapping us in a nightmarish maze. The malevolent spirit closed in on us, its presence suffocating. Desperation drove us to perform a ritual to appease the spirit. It was a harrowing experience, as if we were battling a force from the depths of hell. But in the end, the spirit was banished, and the abandoned school was sealed away forever. We never spoke of that night again, but the memory of the unexplained disappearance and the malevolent spirit that had haunted the school would stay with us forever. A chilling reminder that some mysteries are better left unsolved. Subscribe for more chilling stories like this.